For those of you who have been following me from like day one, right? You guys are familiar with my story, with the things that I've experienced through childhood, with the rituals that are performed when it comes to these demonic practices, right? And how I was said to be a sacrifice for a demonic family, right? And how false narratives were created and how I was used for ritualistic purposes. And I've spoken about spell work and how one of the first gifts that I got when I started my healing journey, right? When I chose myself, when I started to choose myself, and I decided to follow God's lead, right? And my ancestors. And I started to heal. And that meant, taking care of my vessel, detaching from the programming, being out in nature, balancing my masculine and feminine side, raising up my Kundalini energy, and therefore a lot of fasting, and then doing the Christ consciousness through that fasting and all that good stuff, right? And so also how I had to detach from anything that had to do with ritualistic sacrifices, like, so for example, not eating the meat because it's symbolic to killing the animals and all that good stuff, right? And so I spoke about this a lot in my earlier videos when I started my healing journey. And so because I am experienced with sacrifices and child sacrifices, because I was to be a sacrifice, right? And I was groomed to be a sacrifice because of all the things that were done to me to break my psyche, right? And how I was under a lot of spell work, and lovers were sent in, and people were hired to come into my life. So, like a movie type of thing, right? And so I was contemplating over the past few days, right? Because it was revealed to me that when I tell you, my phone fell again. It was revealed to me, right, that, or it was clarified to me per se, that sacrifices don't just need to be, it's not something where, at least it's not the way that I thought they were. There was more to it. So it was a little extra was revealed to me, right? And so it doesn't have to just be where, the person is gone completely, where they're gone, like, not done, right? It's done in a way where your consciousness, your ability to make decisions, your ability to perform in life, your ability to be present in life is taken away from you, right? And so, because these actions are not viewed so much as, like, when we're talking about, doing a real sacrifice where, with the blood and all that stuff, right? This one is something more, it's slower. It's like a slower kill type of scenario, and is very discreet because they're not doing anything tangible, right? But what they're really doing is that they're messing with your mind so that you don't have control over it, which leads people to ending up in like psych wards or in mental institutions or on drugs, right? Like the ability to not be able to, take make the right decisions or make decisions at all, or the uncontrollable urge to stop, like for example when we're consuming drugs and we're on active addiction and we just continue to do the drug even though we want to stop, like in our conscience we're like, I want to stop, I want to stop, but then we go ahead and we do it again. The reason being that there's something that's overpowering us, right? So the same thing when it comes to these practices, right? When it comes to dark magic, when it comes to spell work, specifically with my case, that was the case for me, where when the poisoning didn't work, right? Because they did try it, I just want to clarify for the cross watchers, he did try it. He did do it. I just recovered from it. Yeah. Moving on, right? When that didn't work, they did the part of, like, with the consciousness to make you, lose your mind. That's why they take away all the support. That's why they make your life basically a living hell, so that you would do it yourself, like the unaliving, or you end up going crazy, right? And so that's why they hire so many people. That's why they clone your phone. That's why they send in fake lovers. And the thing is that this is divine. This is a divine orchestration, right? And so what's happening here is, and then this is also for the cross watchers, the reason why, when all this spell work is sent over here, and all this dark magic is sent over here, and then I'm a master alchemist, and what I do is transmute energy, right, and alchemize energy. When that happens, what happens is that that energy returns back to whoever sent it, right? And it doesn't hit directly the person that sent it. Most of the time it'll hit the people closest to those people, right? That's just how that works, right? So I wanted to bring out awareness into this, because the reason that you guys are seeing people dying is because that was what was sent this way. The reason why you're seeing children ending up in the psych ward is because that was what you sent to my children, right? And so my children outrank me. Yeah. So I just wanted to, it's not funny, but I wanted to bring out awareness into this, because for the people that didn't know what's going on here, when it comes to the bloodline that I was a part of, to break the generational curses, and to expose this diabolicalness that is happening here. This is the reason why certain things are happening right now in that bloodline. It's because of what was sent this way. So if you send out for, let's say, somebody to be in the psych ward, you'll be in the psych ward. If you send for somebody to have stage 4 cancer, that you'll have stage 4 cancer. If you send out for somebody to have a car accident, you'll have a car accident. That's just how that works, because over here, we're protected, right? We're protected, and I'm a master alchemist. I alchemize. So I wanted to bring out awareness into this, because I wanted to bring out the message about how our mind, losing control of our mind, is a form of being sacrificed to those negative entities. And also with these people who came, like, who did what they did to me and my children, they they sacrifice children. They sacrifice children because of their youth, of their vitality. That's how they stay looking young. Like, how in the news is coming out, and the e-files, about how they drink the adrenochrome, like that. And that's why they have to traumatize the children. Hence why I had to be traumatized as a child. And so I wanted to bring out awareness about this, so that we can all be on the same page when it comes to what's happening here. I'll be back with part